Welcome back to another Guide Wednesday where I will use my 6,000 hours to teach you how to play Apex. Today we'll be covering an old main of mine, Pathfinder. Despite its chunky hitbox and poor performance in team fights, Pathfinder is the 4th most picked legend in the game, sitting at about 9.4% pick rate. Pathfinder is such a fan favorite due to his grapple ability, giving him a crazy skill ceiling, and it makes him super enjoyable to play even if you struggle to win your 1v1s.
Hate this.
Due to the playstyle of his kit and lack of viability in high-level games, Pathfinder is mostly restricted to public games and in some cases ranked. Pathfinder used to be one of the most played legends in the movement circles, since his grapple allows him to make engaging high-speed plays utilizing his grapple.
That's why he's the best man. What's up, bro? What's that last one at? Such a bad angle.
His zipline allows his team to rotate into the zone fast, allowing to take some deep positions or take high grounds to shoot down on your enemies. So let's look at his kit. Unlike other legends in the recon class, Pathfinder doesn't really have a unique passive. Instead, he shares the recon passive, meaning that you can scan beacons and get knowledge on the next ring. Just make sure you don't do this when you're near other people though, as this locks you in a 7-second animation, which can be very deadly. What makes Pathfinder's passive different is called the insider knowledge. The addition to the recon passive immediately charges up your ultimate, the Zipline Gun, and then lowers the cooldown by 10 seconds for the rest of the game. This effect stacks up to 4 times, giving you a possible zipline cooldowns of 80 seconds down from 120. But the real strength of Pathfinder's kit and why he's enjoyed by so many is his tactical, the Grappling Hook. The grapple attaches to a point and reels the user in towards it, detaching once you have arrived. The ability has a 10 to 30 second cooldown depending on how far you've used it, where at its lowest range it will give you a 10-second cooldown, and at the maximum distance of 21 meters and onward, you will get a cooldown of 30 seconds. That weird circle in the middle of your screen that you only get on Pathfinder shows whether you are targeting an object within grapple range. If it's blue, you will attach. If not, well, nothing will happen. Except for super grapples, we'll cover that later. As for getting the most out of the grapple, aiming towards the side after the grapple connects to a surface will allow you to swing in that direction instead of being pulled straight in. The grapple breaks if you break a 90-degree angle, and it can also be broken manually by hitting the crouch or fire key. In addition to that, you will instantly get a lot more momentum out of your grapple if you jump when the grapple connects and right before it reels you in. This takes a little bit of practice in the fire range to get down, but once you've nailed it, you'll level up. As you might have guessed by now, the options provided for just a simple grapple are endless, leading to an insanely high skill ceiling. Since this is a beginner's guide on Pathfinder, I'll leave the juicier bits out for the advanced guide, but if you want to peek ahead on what's to come, I've dropped an advanced grapple guide clickable on your screen right now, and I've also linked it in the description. The grapple can also attach to players and reel you both together, locking you into the animation. Keep in mind that both of you can fire when stuck in a grapple, but it appears that the enemy can start shooting earlier, giving them the advantage, so don't do this. Now, the 10 to 30 second cooldown might seem strange, but previously Pathfinder had a static cooldown at 35 seconds. This applied to long grapples or short grapples, it didn't really matter. Obviously, just like now, it will get refunded if it doesn't connect at all. The change to the dynamic cooldown made many think this was a nerf, but in reality it allowed for a whole new playstyle. Quick hop grapples, where you grapple, jump, and then detach it. This will quickly launch you off the ground and allow you to move a lot faster vertically, still keeping the cooldown on a swift 10 seconds. Incorporating this into your kit will give you small boosts when needed, but still allow you to fall back with a longer grapple if needed.
YOLO.
Pathfinder's ultimate, the Zipline Gun, places a zipline between the Pathfinder and the location of choice. This zipline can be used by Pathfinder, his teammates, and your enemies. You can latch or detach it whenever you want, so they behave just like a normal zipline. It is worth keeping in mind that the zipline can be placed up to 4 times per match by the same Pathfinder, making them practically permanent. When you place your 5th zipline, it will delete the first zipline that you placed in the game. And so on and so on. And as such, you should be wary about throwing them around if you're holding a position, as an enemy team might use them to push you if you aren't paying attention. If the zipline is placed on surfaces on which you cannot stand or climb, it will instead fling you forwards with an increased momentum. This can be used to your advantage if you don't have a grapple at hand but still want to quickly surprise your enemies. An ability like the zipline has to come with a big disclaimer and a big warning. To anyone using the zipline out there, you are very easy to beam on a Pathfinder zipline, especially horizontal ones, as you are moving in a straight, very easy to hit line at one speed for the entire duration of the zip. Unlike most maps ziplines on which you swing and at times are very difficult to hit, you are a free target if caught in the open. As such, when placing a zipline, make sure that you're not zipping straight into an enemy, and if possible, try to place it behind or in between cover. If you start taking fire on a zipline, you can try jumping and reattaching to the zipline, allowing you to juke up to 3 times before you can't reattach to the zipline anymore. It is also worth noting that nothing can break a zipline except map geometry. Moving things such as the revolving platforms, Olympus growth towers or silos, or at times care packages that break the contact between the 2 ends of the zipline will remove it and not refund your cooldown. Now, this can be used to your advantage if you want to temporarily place a zipline and not have someone use it against you later on. There's also an insane amount of super, hyper, mega, omega, sigma jumps that can be made on ziplines that we'll cover in a later video. Once that has been made, I will link it somewhere on the screen. Speaking of the screen, we've gotten really far into the video, so I'd like to first and foremost thank you for sticking it through. I'm assuming you're liking it so far, so here's a reminder to hit that like button so the video can reach more people. As an additional thank you for watching this far, I'm going to lead you with a little bit of a niche grapple tip out of the old personal collection. You know these stairs? They're available all over World's Edge and can actually be climbed just with 1 grapple. How? Line yourself up like this and continue swinging around until you hit the top. Look at that. Impressive, right? You're going to have to practice it. You can do it, champ. In team play, fights, and positioning, a Pathfinder wants to operate the flanks of the fight and try to avoid taking any direct damage due to his unfavorable and very easy to hit hitbox. Instead, you want to abuse your grapple to find off angles on your enemies and even getting on high ground above them while they're busy focusing your teammates. If you're playing with a Wraith, you might want to work both angles and pinch out enemies that may have overextended. His weaponry goes hand in hand with Pathfinder wanting to use mid to long range weapons. While there are Pathfinder players out there who do use shotguns, you are very likely to lose most shotgun fights due to your hitbox, and you are better off opting for mid-range spray or poke guns such as the R301, the Wingman, most marksman rifles, or even sniper rifles. Pathfinder used to be my own main, and I have countless of hours on him specifically, enjoying all the movement outplays that his kit had to offer. Sadly, I moved on as I valued winning fights over grappling around and having fun, but it still has a special place in my heart, and I'm hoping that we'll see a buff to him soon, though the pick rate may be fooling Respawn into not making a move. That being said, I have plenty of amazing content on this channel if you want to see me use the Pathfinder kit to the best of its abilities. And I'm gonna start you off with the 20 bomb I got for the 20 bomb on every legend challenge, available on the screen right here. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.